The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sally calls off her wedding to Billy after shocking crisis? The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest there might be trouble in paradise where Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, are concerned. With Jill Abbott's, Lauren Koslow, recent visit, and Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, running chancellor, the two have already had some small disagreements. Could this foreshadow bigger issues in the future? Could Sally call off the wedding? Sally Spectra frustrated. The Young and the Restless spoilers imply that Sally is already frustrated with Billy. This week, Billy let Jill know that he knew she was the top investor at Spectra Charles Communications, formerly known as Abbott Communications, something that Sally was supposed to keep from him. Sally told Billy not to say a word, and he didn't, but got caught up in the moment when he was fighting with his mom. Jill seemed to handle the news with stride. However, this could add some tension between Sally and Jill. What if Jill pulls funding from the company? Sally will undoubtedly blame Billy for not keeping his promise to remain hush-hush about something major she confided in him about. There's also the idea of Billy's offer to join Chancellor. If he agrees and there's friction between him and Kane, this could spill over into his romance. If he rejects the offer, this still could cause problems between Sally and Billy, as she'll question his true commitment to Chancellor. After all, if he genuinely cared about Chancellor, he'd jump at any opportunity to work there in any role, right? Wedding called off. Another hint that Silly could break up and call off their nuptials is the fact that their wedding is all the way in October. This is a telltale sign that things could go awry before the date swings around. Most super couples plan their big day within weeks of the ceremony. Doing so months in advance is not a good sign. This definitely gives Billy and Sally a ton of time for things to go wrong and little spats to build into bigger arguments. With that said, with a baby on the way, these two could be headed for a relationship disaster. Will Sally call off her wedding to Billy? Share your thoughts in the comment section. For weeks, fans have watched Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott build what seemed like an unbreakable relationship. After overcoming heartbreak, betrayal, and countless obstacles, the couple finally appeared ready to walk down the aisle. Their wedding promised to be one of Genoa City's happiest celebrations. But if there's one thing The Young and the Restless has taught viewers over the years, it's that happiness rarely lasts for long. Could a shocking crisis force Sally to make the heartbreaking decision to call off her wedding to Billy? While nothing is ever certain in Genoa City, there are plenty of reasons why this dramatic twist would fit perfectly into the show's tradition of emotional surprises. A perfect day turns into a nightmare. Imagine the wedding day arriving with everything falling into place. Friends and family gather, the venue looks stunning, and Sally is glowing with excitement. Billy waits at the altar, convinced he's finally found lasting happiness after years of emotional turmoil. Then everything changes. Just moments before the ceremony begins, Sally receives unexpected news that completely shakes her world. Whether it's a devastating family emergency, a shocking business betrayal, or a secret from the past suddenly resurfacing, the revelation could leave her questioning every decision she's made. Instead of walking down the aisle, Sally may find herself facing the biggest emotional crisis of her life. Billy notices something is wrong. Billy has experienced enough heartbreak to recognize when someone he loves is hiding something. As guests continue celebrating, he notices Sally's smile fading. She becomes distracted. She avoids eye contact. Her excitement disappears. Billy's instincts tell him that something is terribly wrong. As he gently asks what's happened, Sally struggles to find the right words. The truth may be too painful to reveal in front of everyone gathered to celebrate their future. The tension would quickly transform a joyful ceremony into an emotional confrontation, a secret that changes everything. One possibility is that Sally discovers a secret capable of destroying the foundation of their relationship. Perhaps someone close to Billy has hidden an important truth. Maybe an old rival returns with evidence that raises difficult questions. Or Sally uncovers information suggesting that someone has been manipulating events behind the scenes for weeks. Even if Billy isn't directly responsible, the timing of the revelation could make Sally wonder whether marriage is the right decision. Trust is everything in a relationship, and once doubt enters the picture, it can become impossible to ignore. Sally chooses her heart over tradition. Rather than pretending everything is fine, Sally could make an incredibly difficult choice. Standing before their loved ones, she might announce that she cannot go through with the ceremony. The room would fall silent. Guests exchange stunned looks. Billy is left speechless. Calling off a wedding would never be easy, especially when genuine love still exists between the couple. But Sally has always been portrayed as someone willing to make painful decisions if she believes they're necessary. Instead of making promises while carrying unanswered questions, she may decide it's better to postpone the wedding than risk building a marriage on uncertainty. Billy refuses to give up. Although devastated, Billy may refuse to let their relationship end without a fight. He understands that Sally isn't acting out of anger, but out of confusion and fear. Rather than lashing out, Billy could promise to uncover the truth behind whatever crisis interrupted their wedding. His determination might remind fans why so many continue rooting for him despite his flaws. Billy has made countless mistakes throughout his life, but love often inspires him to become a better man. If Sally needs answers, Billy may be willing to move heaven and earth to be behind the chaos. Of course, Genoa City is filled with people who enjoy creating drama. It's entirely possible that someone intentionally sabotages Sally and Billy's big day. A carefully timed phone call, an anonymous message, forged evidence. Each possibility could create enough confusion to stop the wedding before vows are exchanged. If that's the case, discovering the mastermind behind the scheme could become one of the show's biggest storylines. Fans know that revenge plots rarely stay hidden forever. Eventually, the truth always finds its way into the light. Sally faces an impossible decision. Even after the wedding is canceled, Sally's emotional journey would be far from over. She still loves Billy. She still dreams about a future together. But rebuilding trust requires more than feelings. It requires honesty. Until every mystery surrounding the crisis is resolved, Sally may struggle to imagine saying, "I do." Her decision would likely divide viewers. Some would applaud her for following her instincts, while others might argue that she should have trusted Billy instead of walking away. That debate alone would keep fans talking for weeks. Can love survive one more test? The strongest relationships in daytime television are rarely the easiest ones. Billy and Sally have already survived disappointment, misunderstandings, and outside interference. Another major obstacle could either strengthen their bond or finally push them apart for good. If Billy proves his innocence and exposes whoever caused the wedding disaster, Sally may eventually realize that postponing the ceremony was only a temporary setback. On the other hand, if deeper secrets continue emerging, their relationship may never fully recover. Either outcome would deliver the emotional storytelling that longtime viewers have come to expect. Final thoughts. A cancelled wedding would undoubtedly become one of the most talked about moments in The Young and the Restless. Whether the crisis involves hidden secrets, unexpected betrayal, or carefully orchestrated sabotage, Sally's decision to walk away from the altar would leave lasting consequences for everyone involved. For Billy, it would mean fighting harder than ever for the woman he loves. For Sally, it would be a painful reminder that even the happiest moments can change in an instant. As always, Genoa City is full of surprises, and no relationship is ever completely safe. If this dramatic scenario unfolds, fans can expect emotional confrontations, shocking revelations, and plenty of twists before Sally and Billy's future is finally decided. One thing is certain. In the world of The Young and the Restless, even the most perfect wedding can become the beginning of an entirely new chapter.